Hey! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. This is your future free potato, just another potato, and welcome to another video of Enigmatica 9 Expert. And today we are getting better energy and better aura distribution. So before even starting, I updated the pack to the latest version. I was playing on version 1.21, I think, and now it is in version 1.22, maybe, I think. There are a couple of differences in this version. Just some of them might be interesting for us. The first noticeable one is the inclusion of compressed creativity, which is a create add-on for Enigmatica, or maybe the other way around, a Enigmatica add-on for create mod. It adds a bit of compatibility between both. I don't think we're going to be using this actually, but this is one mod that it is added. The next change, which is actually the one that we are going to be most interested in, is a little change on how we will be doing our processing. So until now, what we are doing is blasting the dirty dust, and the main idea is to charge it to get iron shards. So in the crystallizer we can get triple the amount of shard to ore, shard to ingot conversion. Before this crystallizer recipe, it used quicksilver, and now it is using lacunar acid, a new liquid, which I think it is a better crafting. The previous crafting it used, I think, 10 millibuckets per, or 30 millibuckets. I don't remember if it is 10 or 30, but something around that, millibuckets of quicksilver for 9 pieces of iron shard. Now it's 20 millibuckets of lacunar acid per each 9 iron shards, and we get triple the amount of lacunar acid from quicksilver. So at the end, I think it is a better conversion system. We would be using less quicksilver, but I mean, it's not something that we are going to be worrying about right now, as we really don't need to upgrade our processing just yet. And the last change that will be a bit interesting for us is the class for the modes. Before, when crafting, when using the crafting mode, the mode of renewal, enduring, and rebirth, it will yield 3 modes per 1 bottle of potion used. Now it is a 1-to-1 craft, so 1 bottle for 1 mode. Overall is a less efficient craft, but I mean, it's not really that much of a problem, as it is pretty much easy to get the potions going. So yeah, it's not really a problem at all. It's just we need to craft more potions. So going into the episode, last episode we do a bunch of things around the base. The first thing is that we started crafting ether gas. For ether gas we need ambrosia, which we are crafting in this refinery, and we are turning it into ether gas through the recipe here in this TPP, and we are level limiting the ether gas for now. We also managed to get into sylvanite using this TPP craft. Those magicite with lithium dust. We have 2,500 and something sylvanite. It's a lot. It's a lot of sylvanite. Maybe this is more than what we are going to be using throughout the whole series. And sylvanite basically opens us a new door into spirited crystals. And spirited crystals basically allow us to craft better tier installers. So we are now able to craft elite tier installers, and also advanced machine frames, and reinforced integral components for our thermal series machines. So in this episode we will be upgrading the way we generate energy. There are 2 things that we have to have into consideration. The first is that we are generating energy mainly from pulsating crystals. These pulsating crystals generates energy from source and aura, and our system of recollecting source is basically through a fluid container that stores liquify source. This is our backup. And we have a fluid source link above the fluid container, which sends the source into a source jar, which then gets extracted into a pulsating crystal and some aura around the zone to generate energy. This is the main way we are generating energy, and I don't think there is any other way of generating energy other than this Arcan Dynamo, which uses any enchanted book to produce a lot of energy. I really don't know if we are going to be using this someday, because we would need to basically automatize the crafting of enchanted books, and this will be a bit difficult. The other doubt I have of producing energy is that if we come here, I realized that we are consuming more than what we are producing, so we are losing on amethyst shards. There are two options. I can either increase our amethyst shard production, or we can use ether gas to produce source. One bucket of ether gas produces 5000 source, and one bucket of liquefy source produces 900 source. So it is a huge upgrade to our source production. The thing with ether gas is that it is a 1 bucket of ambrosia to 200 millibuckets of ether gas, and ambrosia is a lot of Menostin mesh. We really don't have any problem with this, but it also consumes 1 millibucket of honey. It is not really that much honey that consumes, but we have around 3000 honey fluid, and we can also do maybe around 300 buckets more of honey. So yeah, it is not really something that we would have to increase our production of honey if we want to use ether gas as a source production. So what I think I'm going to do is, whenever I feel that our amethyst shard production is like very, very low, like for example, if we have only 50, maybe 100,000 amethyst shards, then I'll improve our amethyst shard production. So what we are going to do this episode is update our pulsating crystal, and we are using now the bright pulsating crystal. There are 3 tiers of pulsating crystals. We have the dim pulsating crystal. This is the lowest. The bright pulsating crystal is the one that we are using. And what we are going to craft now is the iridescent pulsating crystal. The main difference between the pulsating crystals is that they produce and they store more energy in its own backup, and it also produces more energy from the same amount of source consumed. So it is always a good idea to upgrade our pulsating crystals. It is very simple, so let's go for it. So I've just recorded all the section for this the craft of these iridescent arcanic crystals. It was a disaster. I basically had to rethink how I did this Mitchell Cauldron, and I mean it is just really hard to automatize these Mitchell Cauldrons, especially for this specific craft of the arcanic crystals. So I'm just going to do a retake explaining what I did. First, we need a potion to craft the arcanic crystals. For both the bright and iridescent arcanic crystal, we need potion of static charge, and we need this to be from Hetzerray. It has to be from Hetzerray. It cannot be from Create or from Immersive Engineering. It has to be Hetzerray. So we have this setup here. We have an alchemical imbuer, which does aqua potion, another one which does the static charge potion, and the last one that bottles the potion in potions of static charge in bottles. The potion here is from CoFH core, so from the libraries from thermal series. And what we have to do is convert it into hex array, and we have this beautiful setup here, only for hex array potions. It just decided to stop it. Yes, as you can see, it is a very weird it is a very weird system, and I'm going to disarm this and just destroy it. Because it is a disaster. I really don't even know if we need to explain this, because it is not working properly. We have this here modular router with an activator module. This makes the bottle, this right clicks the bottle into this mixed cauldron, converting the potion from a Minecraft potion of static charge into a hex array potion of static charge. So we are basically converting CoFH potion to a Minecraft potion into a hex array potion. That's basically what we are doing here. And then we can just provide with the pattern to our mixed cauldron, which will do the craft. We have this star buckle that basically we have a filter scroll, and what we'll do is make sure that it only takes the output item and not any input item. Because as I said in the previous episode, the hex array mixed cauldron, it works a bit weird, and the star buckle thinks that every single part of the mixed cauldron is an output, or rather it is able to take items from here. So basically we need to filter the star buckle to only take the item that we know it will be on the output. But still, like that, in the input we have this first break arcanite crystal, so we basically have to change the filter each time we do a different recipe. That's why I'm saying that it is not fully automatically. But basically we can just leave this one crafting, and well, we do other things. So that's the idea. And we have these two threshold switches. This one measures the threshold whenever we are full on potion of static charge. And this one here measures whenever we are low on potion of static charge, but we have all of these slots covered. And so whenever either of these sends a redstone signal, it will activate this modular router, recharging the amount of potion of static charge that has in the buffer. But as you could have seen, this also doesn't work 100% of the times. So yeah, this is just a big disaster. But hey, at least we have 96 iridescent arcanite crystals. That's just a lot of arcanite crystals. And yeah, we really don't need to focus on this anymore, or at least for a big amount of time. Either way, now we can just craft our pulsating crystals. Let's try and do 32. Okay, so 48 pulsating crystals. It is in pulsating crystals. Let's request this. It's going to take a while, especially because of the armor shards and the night metal. And then transform this into ingot of the depths. But let's see. Oh, there's it. Our first craft. Nice, and we should have our first iridescent pulsating crystal. Ah, very nice, very nice, very nice. So this is weird, I only have 35 bright pulsating crystals. I should have a per number. But anyway, I think I've changed all of the pulsating crystals around the base. Ah no, I'm missing this one. Yes, that's why I don't have a pair. No, it's pair, okay. So, I've changed all of the pulsating crystals around the base and the overworld also. And yeah, it is just better. Especially because, no, with 3 bright pulsating, we were just fine consuming this energy from a system. We are draining almost 1.5 kilo AE per tick. So yes, it is pretty much to upgrade our energy generation. We were still just fine using these bright pulsating crystals, but yeah, now we are generating even more energy. So that means that we have a large backup of energy. Now, of course, these bright pulsating crystals that we are not going to use anymore, we can recycle them. If we come here into our assembly line, I think it's a drill. Yes, a drill program. We can change this laser for a drill. And we can input our bright pulsating crystals in here. Yes. And we can get back our arcanite crystals. So yeah, it is pretty nice. We can recycle those. So now it is time to work on this aura generator kind of thing. The first thing is that we have to change the way we are producing potions, and we also have to change the way we are transporting aura. I took my time basically destroy all of the railway system we had, because we are changing some stuff in here. So we are going to do something very similar to this small alchemical imbuer setup. So we are going to do something similar to what we've done in this other setup. We need basically just 3 alchemical imbuers in this case. We will be exporting a lot of stuff. The first thing we are exporting is Abjuration Essence. This will make us Awkward Potion. Then we want to export Sweet Berries to make Potion of Bursting Vitality. And finally we want to export Redstone to make it 12-minute potions. And everything should be crafting, and as you can see we are getting Potion of Healing Boost. And this is going to be our main storage for this potion. We are going to be using this potion for our aura generation. This is a lot of buffer, but I think it's going to be best to have a big buffer. Now of course all of this can go. Everything here can retire. Here above we have a fluid containment jar. What we can do is basically insert here any potion from any mod. It doesn't matter if it is from Hex Ray or Immersive Engineering or from Minecraft. We can insert the potion, and if we have a potion jar above, it will transform whatever the mode it is this potion from to an Ars Nouveau compatible potion. So we want to export our Potion of Healing Boost, and hopefully this works. I've never tried this, so yes, there is it. We are receiving Potion of Healing Boost of 12 minutes, so we can update the spell that this time turret shoots. and yes, and this should generate even more aura from the same amount of potion. Now what we can do here is, for example, nearby this. Let's put it next to our tank. No, maybe we can just, yes, we can steal one channel from here. What we can do is put, for example, in here, we can put an export bus. We can export potion of healing boost at the region cards. We should be getting the potion here. We can put an storage bus that extracts only. And we can basically just connect this into our system. We can do the exact same thing here. And we should be getting also potions in this place. Very nice, very nice. We will still using carts to recollect and transport aura. The difference is that we will be doing this a bit more organized. So we have these rails here. We are using in this case these junction rails to make it everything even simpler. These junction rails and switch rails will make everything more simple. So for example, if we will have teleporters in each end of the rails, and whenever we need the aura in one single part, then what we'll do is send a redstone signal to one of these things, and it will send the aura right to the place it needs to be. And whenever this comes back, we send it back into the system. So with this small change, we can make sure that the card goes in the right direction. So imagine we send the card right now. Then that's the direction that goes to the card. And then imagine that it comes back to the system. It will go on the opposite side, but then we correct the direction. And now it is ready to go back. Now I have a bunch of teleporters. My idea is to use teleporters as to move the card without losing any aura, and especially to move it to the long distance places. So we can build one teleporter here. We can make sure that we have a rail in here. Now, the way we are configuring these teleporters, it is lucky that we have two tabs. We have a public and a private tab. The public tab is where I have my regular teleporter frequencies. So any teleporter that is used to move stuff or aura, I'll be using the private tab. It shouldn't have any difference. So for now we will have these 3 teleporters, but ideally we would like to have more teleporters depending on how many more zones we are building. And the same thing, I also clean a bit around here, so we can just start building some more teleporters. Oh, first let's talk some redstone. In order for this to work, well, before that, I've put here a modular router, which basically just give energy to all of these teleporters here, and it is grabbing it is grabbing source from the source jar below above us. So anyway, talking about redstone, in order to make the card go to the place it needs to go, we will be using some redstone to send signals that will activate the switch rails and also the T-junction rails. So we will be using a bit of logic in here. I don't think there is a kind of AND and redstone thing or all redstone thing in create mod or something like that that makes wirelessly redstone signals. So we will be using very simple logic. So here's an example. This redstone link is the one that will send a redstone signal to these switch rails in the inner circle, which will send the card in the place it needs to go. So for example, let's say this has as frequency 1 the block and this one a frequency 2. So imagine that in one place we need some aura. We will send a redstone signal, and it will get powered in this place, which will send another redstone signal to another redstone link, and this one is the one that will activate the switch rail. Let's say we only need on the other side. It's the same thing. It will also activate the switch rail. If we need on both places, it doesn't matter. It will also send a redstone signal to this place. Now we would also have another redstone link below this T-junction rail. Imagine this redstone link is the one that goes to the right and this one that goes to the left. If we need a aura to the right, we will send a redstone signal. We'll activate this one here, but the T-junction here, it won't be connected to this frequency here, so it will send directly redstone to that side here. But if we need redstone to the other side, it will do the same. It will send a redstone signal here, activating the switch rail, and it will also activate this T-junction rail. So the redstone link below this T-junction rail has to be connected to this redstone link here, well, in this case this one here, and it will send the card first to that way. And in case both are active, it will send first aura to the left and then to the right. Maybe it's going to be better to show you how I'm planning for this to work. Okay, so my brain is suffering right now, but this supposedly should work, hopefully. So we are using these redstone proof connectors. They basically act as a comparator, but they have a signal threshold, and this is what we are interested on. So we only want to send a signal whenever we need to request aura. So the threshold right now is at 9 units of power. This aura detector, as you can see, is at 8 of power. So the idea is to send a redstone signal whenever we are below the signal threshold. So right now this is at 8 power, the threshold is at 9. This is, yes, this has less power than what is required for this redstone wire coil. So it is not sending any signal right now. We have this redstone torch here that is active, and this means that it will request some aura to come. Imagine it comes, then goes, and imagine that now we have more aura in this place. That means that this aura detector will grow on power and will send more power to this. And imagine that thanks to that, now we are above the threshold. That means that now this is going to be able to send a signal. That will send a signal to this redstone wire coil that is on output mode, which will send a signal to this stone block, which will turn off the redstone torch, which will turn off our redstone link, meaning that now we are not requesting any aura to this place. That's the idea with this thing. And this is way more simpler than the thing that we were doing before. And we will be doing this for every site that we want to request aura. So let's do some tests. Let's say that we want to send to component production 1. Sorry, 2. Component production 2 needs some changes. Let's imagine. So, oh, it needs sourcing here. This is turned on. So this rail should be turned on and it should go through this portal. Let's see. Okay, teleports here. Nice, and let's say that after this run, it doesn't need any more aura. It went back, and it is just rolling around until it needs more source any other place. So, and our aura system should be properly working, and we should be able to put our heart in here. And just leave this like this. I think with one card will be more than enough. And the next thing is going to be this part. So we need to provide with aura. So we are going to do something similar. But I think I'm going to elevate the threshold just a bit. So let's put it at 12. Just to have a large backup of aura in this place. But the difference is that we can... well, first, let's deactivate this for a second. And what we can do is just grab my redstone link. Redstone signal. This thing here. And what we actually have to do here is do the other way around. Now that I realize. So yeah, here we really don't need to invert the signal. Here we don't need to invert the signal. There's it. So here we don't need to invert the signal because we want to send... we want to deactivate the redstone signal for this turret to shoot. Now that it has power, it won't shoot anything. But if we take out the power, then it will start shooting the potions, as you can see. So that's why we want to make sure that we send a redstone signal whenever we don't need more aura around the zone. Nice! And with that we have a properly working aura generation distribution system. And it is way much more cleaner and efficient. So everything nice, everything very, very, very nice. Now we can do the exact same thing in this zone here. Let's set up first our aura distribution system. And we only need to set an attraction card in this place. And everything should be working properly. Oh yes, yes. Oh, we have aura. Finally. Nice, and it is looping again. Now this should stop producing because we have enough source in the area. And little by little this zone, it should also be replenishing aura. Now we could also set up an aura zone here. But I don't think it will be needed. Because aura is not really used mandatory to produce energy. As far as I'm concerned, it only uses aura whenever there is aura in the zone, and it will be consumed to generate more energy. So I don't think we really need to provide with aura to the zone. So yes, indeed we are losing on amethyst shards. It seems that this match is not keeping up with. So I did build this second small amethyst shard zone. I'll most likely use these two, maybe these two more spaces for more amethyst shards. I think that's going to be the play, because it is either that or just keep spamming on beehives and beehoppers to generate more honey and get ether gas, and use ether gas as our main source production material. But I don't think I'll do that. I think this is going to be more stressful than using amethyst shards. Amethyst shards, we can just spam them and that's going to be enough. But yes, we are losing on amethyst shards. Either way, this is the end of the episode. For next episode, yes, I think next episode we are ready to enter into Apotheosis mode. Now that we upgraded everything that we needed to upgrade. We're still missing to upgrade our processing, but again, I'll update that whenever we are low on osmium or nickel or yesnium. So yeah, it's not really a short-term worriedness. Maybe in the next 4 or 5 episodes we will be upgrading our processing, but not now. The next episode we will entering Apotheosis mode and hopefully get our first celestial gold ingot. But anyway, if you're here, thank you for watching, and as always, I hope you have a better day, because it can always be better, and I'll see you on the next time. Bye.